We've got a very successful business, and if this doesn't go correctly, we've just wasted 5 years of our time.
That's pretty terrifying.
This is Fallow. Fallow is a restaurant that Jack and I are head chefs and owners of, alongside our business partner James. We've been running out of Haymarket in London since November 2021. In 2017, I convinced Jack to enter a cooking competition with me in Brixton. We lost. We kept pushing and we ended up doing several pop-ups across London. Then we ended up on Headon Street, central London.
On the good side, yeah?
Pretty mad, eh? It's changed a little bit since we actually left. So we first opened in Sarap over there. We just had that outside terrace, and then very slowly, we just added a few more tables, a few more tables, a few more tables. So it was 300 odd covers a day from a shoebox.
We didn't even think about half the issues, like, you know, we haven't got any money to open it, we haven't got any staff. We were like, great, we've got some keys, we've got a restaurant, let's just clean it and start cooking and getting it set up.
We just literally got some dairy cow mince in, made a dairy cow burger, which is what we've continued to serve to this day. So it was me, Jack, we did our pots, did everything. You did the drinks for a lot of the time, I was doing the cooking. It was such a novelty, so like they got this like weird little cult status, and it was just like, we've been to that weird place on Headon Street, those two guys running around slinging gin and tonics.
And it eventually just kind of morphed into different things. And it started off with just, okay, we'll open the door, and then you wait at the door and you get a burger and a takeaway box, and you can get a takeaway drink. Then we sort of made the menu bigger and bigger.
But it very quickly got to the point where it was like, we're not actually just trying to survive anymore. We're just trying to fill the street. And then it was like, well, you know, what do we do next?
It wasn't our goal to have a restaurant in Piccadilly. The landlord loved it. It was very well received by the public, so we decided to stay in that area.
I think Fallow works personally because it's an authentic concept. We do cook food on a mass scale. There's dishes like our cod's head, dishes like our mushroom parfait, you know, loads of our veg is coming from surplus supplies in Spitalfield. Like, it's kind of been amazing to see this concept evolve. What has essentially been a very tough set of circumstances, we've kind of moved and evolved with it. We've also had a business partner, James, who's helped out a lot with the strategy side of things.
You know, there's nothing like sitting, like here, for example, in Fallow on a really busy night and seeing every table full, every customer smiling, the team's on good form. You know, it's just I can't explain the feeling when something works and you're staring at it as such. The best way I can describe it is, you know, I didn't choose them and they didn't choose me. We just came together, we complemented each other, and then every day we just strived a little bit forward for this business. I suppose mentoring's the best way of putting it. Yep, I'm a little bit better on leases, I'm a little bit better on financials, I had the experience. Am I better on creating a menu? Am I better on the food side? No. Do I have comments on, you know, how the menu's formatted and which customer base might it appeal to? Yes. Are they asking me questions on this 500 pages of leases? Yes.
So we met in Dinner by Heston. It's a 2 Michelin star restaurant up in Knightsbridge. At the time when I joined as a commie. For me, I didn't have any background in cooking, so it was my first proper job. So I went to university, really tough to get a job with a classics degree. Got a job as a pot wash, worked as hard as I could to clear the pot so I could do the desserts, and then got another job, and then came straight down to London, and I wrote a list down of the restaurants I wanted to get a job at. First one on the list was Dinner. Walked in there with my knives, worked a 5 stretch when I first started, which, you know, almost killed me, and then from there I was just addicted.
I grew up around food. Like, my dad was a chef, so I think he just kind of soaked in. And it started off as just a bit of money when I was 13, 14, and realised I was all right at it, and then just kind of snowballed from then. And obviously I love food. Love eating, love dining out, just love everything that goes around the aspects of cooking, really.
Well, Jack and Will clearly lead the business. They're front-facing, they've got the energy, they've got the youth. Put it this way, if it goes wrong, it's probably my fault, and if it goes right, they can take the credit.
Canary Wharf is basically the new city, so it's like
The CBD. They got, what is it, Citibank, HSBC, JP Morgan. It used to be the no-go zone. It's the Dockland. Investors bought it and were like, London is growing so fast that it's going to have to grow up.
I mean, I've watched Canary Wharf for 25 years, so I remember walking around a few tall buildings and no one being there. And the area that we're moving to, which is Wood Wharf, just seems to me to be the bit that they've got completely right.
We looked in the marketing suite when we were looking around the site, and you can see the growth from the 85. It's ludicrous. I was actually blown away.
You're behind the city over there.
How thick are these windows?
The whole strategy of Wood Wharf was the right-hand side kind of residential, so it was facing towards the water. The typical feeling in London is that all great independent restaurants have to be in some small nook and cranny down an alleyway. I would say that putting, great kind of, chefs in an independent business in our flagship, the scale of the real estate will kind of as well do the work to create like a really genuine ambience. So
is there any other independents?
I think you'll be the first true.
In the whole of Canary Wharf estate?
Yeah, I think you'll be one of the first true independents.
It's pretty mental.
That would be the first ever independent restaurant on Canary Wharf, which I think is quite a cool stat. Two little losers here from fucking Stroud and Bolton.
Shout out, Bolton.
This is our block. Well, this is not our block, but and this is the restaurant. This one. Is this all residential?
Yeah, that's all residential.
Apparently this guy built the Tate. It's the 7th tallest building in the UK.
£1 billion, I think.
Yeah, it's outrageous. The design scope is incredible. There's so many factors that go into it that you just do not appreciate. It's a big learning curve for us.
We just put the feelers out. We started looking, and then this was just one. We looked at quite a few different places, a few different deals, but none of them kind of felt right. And when this one kind of came across, we just came and saw it, and just kind of felt like it would work, right?
I think a lot of reservations on our part because it's Canary Wharf.
As soon as James told us about Canary Wharf, like it's a possible site, we were very like, oh, that's quite corporate. Does it fit with our brand?
We've got some amazing brands going in around us. We've got Hawksmoor's already open, we've got Mercato, we've got Dishu. Now these are interesting brands with good cultures, but there's no one I know with a true independent soul. Hopefully, being on the corner of Canary Wharf, it'll attract a certain kind of customer that's looking for some kind of independent offering.
Well, we could definitely get rid of these and put some herb garden kind of thing. It's actually it's a very unconventional building. Like, obviously the shape of it is like, it's an architectural marvel. But, I mean, I don't think they originally intended to put our type of concept in here.
Can we gild the walls?
He's just taking his keys back.
The square footage on this ground floor is the same as the whole of Fallow in its entirety. So it's a big space, it's just a little bit more of an awkward layout, but there's definitely plenty to play around with.
It's double the size, basically, of our current site.
So much space there that we can have a composter in the basement. There's so much space there that we can do an aeroponic farm system running through the restaurant. It's not like a pokey restaurant in Covent Garden that just completely limits you. So when you see the space, the possibilities of it are just absolutely endless.
Basically, you've got a conflict here between how much space can me and Jack have versus how much space James wants.
No, the customer.
Okay, sorry. The guest. So this is potentially like a hydroponic system, like a closed water system where we can have like fish. We can grow. You said lettuces, right? Yeah.
It definitely is a great location, size, design, everything. It's still a risky area, but people told us we were mental to come to Haymarket where Fallow is. They lit like our PR company, loads of people were like, are you sure? Like, this is a bit of a no-go area for a restaurant. Our neighbours are Ollie and Steen, Pizza Express, Angus Steakhouse, Tiger. These are literal global brands. We're fine dining in comparison. Just plonked in the middle. It shouldn't work. Can't count our checks just yet. You know what I mean? Canary Wharf is a risk.
We've got a very successful business, and if this doesn't go correctly, we've just wasted 5 years of our time, basically. They're dealing with the stress because they're 29 and 30, so they can cope with the stress. I'm dealing with the stress because I've let stress get the better of me before, and now I know how to manage that.
I think the thing is, before, we didn't have anything to lose. So now we've worked all this to get an amazing team, to get an amazing restaurant that's turning a profit, and now we've got something to lose. It feels a lot more real, and then couple that with probably the biggest economic downturn in my lifetime for sure, but probably in James's as well. That's pretty terrifying.
Fallow's been a success over the last few years, so it's kind of like basically risk gambling everything that we've worked for the last 3 years on potential new side, but it's what we need to do to grow. You know, we've got the most amazing team working with us at Fallow.
If we don't grow, we'll lose too.
Yeah, if we don't grow, the business needs to grow to be able to support those amazing staff beneath us. You know, we never thought we'd be where we are now. It's only a testament to our team. You know, I went away for 3 weeks over the summer, got married, and you know, the place thrived while I wasn't here as well. So it's a very rewarding thing, being able to spend days with your team and then to have them implement the things you've been telling them and teaching them. It's quite a lovely thing.
Just got the most amazing team. Now, some of that team is coming up for 2 years with us now. If we don't expand, some of them are going to move on to other projects. We've got a great team base, a great staff group, you know, and you know, they can grow with us.
Sustainability is a mentality. It's not just about using potato peelings, it's about hiring these young guys, because that's sustainability for the hospitality industry as a whole. If no one took on these guys and put the extra effort into their careers, then we wouldn't get any new chefs coming through.
You can have all the best people in the world, but until you actually open the doors, you don't know if it works. You can do little bits towards that, you can mitigate whether it will happen or not, but until you're open, until you're full, until you're buzzing, you know, you just don't know.
We've worked very hard to get to this stage and we're about to risk it all on the next step, but ultimately we are hoping that the rewards will outweigh the risk eventually.
This should work. We've looked at the risk, we've looked at the reward, we've looked at the potential, and that's why we've taken this calculated risk to be where we are.
We're going to open a restaurant.
And this is how.
Like and subscribe.
Like a chef.
That's good. Good stuff. Smashed it.